Good evening, everybody. I wanted to bring closure to a very distressful podcast that I had produced over the weekend concerning the slap delivered to Chris Rock by Will Smith. And the reason why I call it closure is because I don't want to talk about it anymore. I've been affected by that whole thing because these are two entertainers that I have a lot of respect for. They have entertained me throughout my life. And what unfolded at the 94th annual Oscars back in March of this year really had some impact. Because for me, I see society devolving. Society becoming something that we're becoming tolerant of bad behavior. That it's okay to hurt people. And then turn around and say, we were the victims of that hurt that we caused others. Because in that apology video, that is what I perceived as what Will Smith said, because he said he was traumatized emotionally and psychologically.
It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me.
But he really didn't spend a lot of time apologizing to Chris Rock for what he did.
Oh, wow.
You know, on the surface, it may have appeared as though it was an apology that was needed after, several months of agony or soul searching, right? One would assume that Will Smith was soul searching, a means to, unveil his remorsefulness.
I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself.
I mean, simply said, Will Smith could have just said, hey, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, babe.
Without all this razzle-dazzle of an apology. I'm pretty sure that Jada Pinkett Smith probably put him up to it as a publicity stunt. Then on July 29th, on Saturday, Chris Rock was performing in Atlanta at a Fox show. And he said some things that were quite impactful to the audience. Now, he didn't say it in a disparaging way. He uses his art style of comedy. He said, and I'm paraphrasing for the most part, is that, if people think that words hurt, try getting punched in the face. Now, Will Smith is not an accomplished boxer, MMA fighter. He's none of those things. He did train in boxing for his movie Muhammad Ali. But regardless of that, he hurt Chris Rock publicly. The first time, right, in March. Then the second time, I think he hurt Chris Rock with that heartless apology video, in which I pointed out that he sat down and, he just sighed so loudly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
there was a point in his apology again where he laughed.
It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own.
But hey, this is no longer about Will Smith. This is about the response by Chris Rock. He didn't respond to the apology directly to Will Smith. He just joked about it. I mean, calling Will Smith Shuge Smith, which is in reference to Suge Knight. Everybody knows who he is. Some bad things, but you know, I get the point. I think Chris Rock's attempt to make light of the situation really shows a lot of character. Then Will Packer had an exclusive interview with ABC News with respect to what happened in the back regarding the LAPD and Chris Rock.
This is battery. We will go get him. We are prepared. We're prepared to get him right now. You can press charges. We can arrest him. As they were talking, Chris was, he was being very dismissive of those options. He was like, no, I'm fine. He was like, no. And even to the point where I said, Rock, let him finish. And they said, you know, would you like us to take any action? And he said, no.
You would think that there would be some kind of animosity, but there was only shock. And there was Chris Rock trying to protect the integrity of the Oscars and Will Smith. Well, I'm in awe. You know, as a professional, the show must go on, and that's the attitude that Chris Rock took. So Will Smith was not arrested. He was not even removed from the audience, from the ceremony, on the insistence of Chris Rock. So, you know, hats off to Chris Rock for basically hanging in there. There is a source that says that Chris Rock is fine. That apparently this is hurting Will Smith more than Chris Rock. That Will Smith has to deal with his issues. This is clearly something that bothers Will more than Chris. Will needs to deal with his issues, is what the source said. Very powerful words. This is someone close to Chris Rock that had said this. I mean, Chris Rock had every right to be upset, to demand the arrest, but he didn't. Takes a lot of character to do something like that. I think that demonstrates that Chris Rock had maybe not forgiven him, but had, you know, opened up a path for Will Smith to forgive himself. This reminds me of something that was said at a TED Talk in August of 2017. Regardless of the past or the present, we have the ability to survive and even thrive. Healing from the wounds life deals isn't easy. For some, the scars will fade with time. For others, the scars will always be there and will forever remind you of the wound. This is specifically directed at Will Smith. Not by Chris Rock, not by nobody but me. So, again, this is it. I'm not going to talk about this any longer. Hopefully the healing process will begin for both of these individuals. And my disappointment with Will Smith will probably dissipate, but I won't forget. I won't forget the disappointment that I felt, the disappointment that the black community felt, the disappointment of what Will Smith's fans felt.
I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit.
Thank you, and good night.